Will you believe if I tell you that some people sell their souls or make pacts with the devil to become famous in the dance industry? Guys, there's a lot of things to decode, but this is part 1 and we have 5 parts to this series. So make sure you stay tuned. Yo, it's Value. Welcome back to another video. I hope all is well. Today we are going to jump into the dark truth about the dance industry. Whether you believe it or not, there is something also sinister in the dance industry, and that's what we are going to be decoding in this video. Before we dig deeper, if you're new, hit the like button, subscribe, and also share your thoughts in the comment section. What I'm saying is that there are some spirits that control the dance industry, if you know what I'm talking about. The first time it really hit me was Beyonce. If you know about Queen Bee, then you know that Beyonce has incredible dancing skills. In fact, she's a very good dancer. But when she came on the Oprah Winfrey show, she said that she's been controlled by a demonic spirit called Sasha Fierce, and that's why whenever she goes on stage to perform, her dance moves are extraordinary. And because of this, a lot of people are carried away. I myself, I was carried away back in the days when I saw Beyonce dancing on stage. She's very good and very professional. In fact, her skills are exceptional. But now the Lord has opened our eyes and we are able to know that these things are being performed by demonic spirit. In this particular video, I want to talk about a particular dance move called the third dance move. If you know what I'm talking about, street dance battles, you must always see people doing this move called the third move. And it got a lot of variations, it got a lot of different styles, and people enjoy performing that dance move without taking time to dig deeper and get some ideas about the origin. Before we go into the origin, I want you guys to know something about the dance industry and the things that are happening and how spirit possess people, causing them to dance in a more fashionable way to entertain the masses and to idolize these people. We call this worldliness. But talking about this dance move called the third, it actually comes from ancient Egypt. Yeah, so it comes from Egypt, ancient Egypt. There was a particular pharaoh in Egypt called Turting. So this pharaoh was a boy pharaoh and he died at a very young age. His dead body was found in Egypt, or what I'll call a mummy. It was found in Egypt in the pyramids. So it's normally believed that the pharaoh Tutankhamun, the boy pharaoh, has a certain curse, which I won't talk about because I want to focus only on the dance move. So this dance move, if you go to ancient Egypt, to their pyramids, you will see this dance move, these different styles on their drawings. So these are all satanic, ancient, demonic stuff, or what you call Eastern religions, and all these funny things that are coming from the past. So nowadays, these things have been modified into different dance moves, and people are going around using this dance move, not knowing its origin, not knowing that these dance moves are coming from people that worship demons, that worship fallen angels back in the days. And some of the time, you will see how people are literally possessed, I'm also say hypnotized or spellbound, or they dance uncontrollably to particular musics, to particular songs, and they are all woozy. I've seen that a lot of times in the club back in the days when I was still doing those things. But now I've come to realize that these things are really not something that I want to mess with nowadays. So I'm kind of like careful if I'm doing some dance moves, because I know that some of the times some of these dance moves are inspired by demons. Now before we go further, please listen to this testimony of a guy who was possessed, like who actually sold his soul, or kind of like he made a deal with the devil to become a famous dancer. Just listen to his testimony, then we can go further.
Here is a testimony of a dancer from Nigeria who literally used his dance for the devil through his affiliation with the Illuminati.
The gifts that I used to have before I was transformed, I used to be a rapper, I used to sing, I used to dance. I started those things, I brought them back, and I saw myself going for competitions like Malta Guinness, street dance. We used to dance in the church though, because I was in a choir, but we diverted it now into street dance, worldly kind of dances. So when we got there, we lost in the first competition. We went, that's Malta Guinness street dance, and we went for Nigeria's Got Talent. we had to upgrade what we used to have. So we started trying to get inspirations from so many places. We had the internet, where we went to we always go to download new stuffs. And in the process, I came across Get Rich or Die Trying, the Illuminati page. I said yes. They said the only way you can get famous is by joining this group. So I wanted to know more things about them. I went through their page. I saw everything concerning them, their procedures and everything. I saw their master also. And surprisingly, it got to a stage where when I was sleeping, the master came in the dream to speak to me. The first time he came as a serpent. He was looking for me. He said, "Where are you? Where are you?"
You mean that's the demons you had contact with?
Yes. So he came to me in the dream, and he was looking for me. I was running away. So when he got to me, the serpent was speaking to me, but I could not understand what the serpent was saying. So I asked him to try to talk to me in a human form, in a way that I can understand what he's saying. Then he transformed into a human being, and it was exactly the face I saw on the page. And he started giving me instructions on things that I should do, things that I should carry out. Before I knew, I started having inspirations. I didn't know where they came from. I started using, there's this move we call the thought. It's called the thought, where you use your hands to make shapes. It came from Egypt. His name was called King Tut. We now looked for a way to use those symbols and signs from the Illuminati to form a dance move. So when we do these moves, people don't really understand. They think it's actually a dance move, it's a step, but they don't know that they are being drawn into their kingdom. The more they see those signs, the more they do it, the more they become loyal to the enemy.
So you mean the inspiration you got from the demons, you put them into practice in your dances, and
yes,
people just see it as ordinary dance move, but they wouldn't know that this is from the evil world, and this influence people and get them initiated.
Yes, they'll be like, where do you get these moves from? They are cool. We'd like to join you, so you teach us more on these things. So we open the dance academy and bring in more souls into the kingdom of darkness to teach them these moves that they have the hunger to learn. So we go out there, dance in the clubs, we go out there, we have shows, and the more people watch these things, the more the enemy comes to torment them, puts in their dreams, program them to also act the way we act. Even our dressing says a lot. The way we dress, thank God, when I came here, there was a dress I was supposed to put on. I love that dress so much. It had the symbol and the sign of the Illuminatis. My mom, she always tells me, don't dress that way, don't look that way. You have clothes, you have suits, try to put them on. It's not good. So I had to dress looking normal and everything.
So in other words, you mean that the kind of dress we put on and the signs and symbol on them should not be overlooked, that they mean more than they ordinarily look. Is that right?
Yes, they influence your subconsciousness. Before you know what is going on, you start seeing them everywhere you go. Anything you think, whatever anyone does, you say, oh, that's the sign. Anyone says something, that's the sign. You start seeing demons everywhere that you go. Thank God that the man of God took us to a holy land where we should stay and pray and fast, and ever since then it's like my memory has come back, and now I understand. I have more understanding on the things of God. And
shall we clap for Jesus Christ?
And I have a message for the teenagers, the youths. Mind the kind of things you download into your phone. Do away with worldly music. Do away with anything that does not have the symbol of God on it. Now, in my phone, I have no other worldly music found in my phone. I just saw myself deleting everything that concerns the enemy. All I have in my phone now are all gospel music, things that speak to me more about God, that brings me closer to God. And I believe when we do away with these things, the enemy has no power over us.
You heard him clearly. He spoke about the third dance move and how demons came and were like he was being inspired by demons to do these moves, and that was how he was able to, go far in dance competitions. So you might not believe me, you want to believe me, I don't really care. I'm out to expose the truth, and that's just how it's gonna be like. Personally, I know that dances, right, vibrations, all these things, like they're all connected to spirits, if you know what I'm talking about. And that is why music and dancing is connected to an extent. And there are demons that control music, and there are also demons that control dance moves. And you will see these things also in different cultures. Personally, for my culture, I grew up knowing that there are spirits behind dance moves. There are spirits behind dancing in general. Because I've seen these masquerades. If you've been to the African culture and they have these funny ancient gods, these funny ancestors, you might see that also in the Black Panther movie. It's also in the Black Panther movie. They do this on purpose, but this is how they do it back there, okay? They have these funny dances, and these dances are being controlled by demonic spirits, if you know what I'm talking about. Check this out. This is just a little tip of an iceberg. You might believe it or not, I don't really care. I've had to experience my own self, because like it's way different if you're watching it with your own eyes and you're seeing how people are controlled by certain spirits. This is very important in the African culture when it comes to these dances, and we know that these people that are dancing, the dancer must be possessed by a demonic spirit in order to do these funny dances. These are all demonic spirits, and they will call it like the ancestors or our gods, the god of our ancestors. These are all demonic spirits. But we grew up in that culture, and you know what I'm talking about. Like, this is how they do it over there. A normal person, right, when he gets a masquerade on his head, he becomes completely different. He gets some supernatural powers, and you will see them being able to climb on trees, climbing on electric poles, flying in the air, and doing all kinds of things. You will not believe me if you haven't seen it with your own eyes. But if you had the opportunity to see this with your own eyes, then you know what I'm talking about. These dances are mostly during, let's say, if the chief of a community dies, they will have to do certain demonic rituals, and some of these masquerades, some of these demons, they will have to come out and do some funny dances around the village. And there are serious curses, there are serious spells that will be thrown out for those who don't respect the rules of these things. So I'm just trying to like let you guys know that there are spirits behind dances, okay? Because some people may be like, okay, like there's nothing wrong with 13. You can do the third dance, you can do the third moves, and it's all cool with it. You want to do it, that's up to you. But I'm just trying to let you guys know that there's something sinister about it. And with that said, we are just in part 1. We got the remaining 4 to do. So with that said, I'm closing this video. What do you think about it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new, hit the like button, subscribe, and holla at you later. Bye.